Oh man, what is going on today? And you're probably asking yourself, what's going on with you? Not a whole lot, I can tell you that much right now. The weather's somewhat decent. As you can see, the sun in the background there. Yeah, it's 54 degrees out today, January, like, I think maybe the 4th. I don't know what the date is. I lost track. I quit counting time. I don't know. I don't go to sleep until 5. I don't get up until like 10 or 11. So it's just one of them things right now, you know, that I'm barely doing shit. So, but you're probably wondering, what are you going to do today?
On the show, on the Chad Tegan YouTube channel show.
Well, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to climb up in this truck right here, and I'm going to pull the shifter knob off, and I'm going to pull off the actual thingy-mabob that you screw into, you know, that connector, because Frank, he can't go on there with the way he is without that thing, you know, right there. So I'm going to pull that other one off. I'm going to pull that one off. I'm going to put the one that was on there before. That is a 13 speed. And, you know, that's what I'm going to do. And then I might climb on a truck and do some other stuff. And then maybe move it around. Other than that, I'm not doing shit. I haven't been doing shit. Go roller skating about once a week. That's about it. Me and the wife will go uptown occasionally. About once a week, twice a week. Only when we need supplies or if I'm out of beer. I haven't really been doing much, you know what I mean? Just kind of hanging around the house. But trucks are posted, so still waiting for somebody to say, hey, I want them, you know, blah, blah, blah. When can I come and get them? I got money. But doesn't seem like anybody's got any, so whatever. Always got all these people running their mouth. If you ever sell that truck, man, I want that truck. Nobody. There's one guy. He says he wants both of them. I need his phone number so I can talk with him, because he says he wants both of them. So, Sven, if you're watching this, need to get a hold of you somehow. Give me some contact information. That way we can chat more. Yeah, but let's climb up in that truck and then we'll get that thing off there. Climbing up in a Cabover. It's always a good time. It's never felt better. Both these seats in this truck are Bostrom. So somebody's getting a deal on these trucks, whoever buys them. I don't care what anybody says. I know people know that's a decent deal. You know what I mean? 2 trucks for 60 is pretty good. I guess if somebody wanted one of them bad enough and had the right amount of money, I could split them up. But I just, you know, I figured might as well try to just do them both at one time, just take care of somebody and hook them up. You know what I mean? And everything's negotiable, and I guess that's what people don't understand, or maybe my ad is not good enough for some people that don't know how to read or click the button and like read through the stuff like, how much is the price? Come on, it's for both of them. You watch the videos. It's like there's certain dudes that watch the videos, are friends with me on Facebook and stuff, and still ask dumb questions like, dude, if you watch this stuff, do you not pay attention? What are you doing when you're watching these videos? Like, if I watch the videos, I usually watch them 90% of the time all the way through somebody else's stuff, because I want to see everything, you know? I want to know everything that's going on. If I invest my time in something, I want to know. I want to know what you're thinking. I could probably leave this one off. Well, maybe not. Yeah, probably just leave that one on there. That might be the original one. Anywho, let's get to this. This is the one I'm putting on. This was the one that I had bought with a 13-speed transmission swap over kit that you're supposed to be able to use for a certain amount of 9-speed models that are Eaton. There's a handful of models for Eaton that you can use and take a 9-speed and swap it to a 13-speed just from that shifter thing that I had swapped on the back of this that was whistling really high. Remember that when it was whistling really high? When I first got that transmission put in, I had to change that box on the back and it would whistle really high when I would flip it over. Yeah, that. So anyways, let's get this off. This is a, I think these are T20s right here. Yeah, these are T20s. Yep, these little guys. I don't, you know, I was looking around when I pulled this one out of the box because I have the original box from when this thing came. And I don't remember where the screws went. So I may need to keep one. I don't know. But this is not really that complicated to do. Let's once I get this screw out, I'll drop this thing down here, and then I'll bring you closer once I get Frank off and stuff like that, because there's some lines you have to change out. It's really not that big of a deal. Okay, that's down. Let's see if we can get that down too. Yeah, we got a black one is P. Oh no, we got another black one that's blue. We've got a black one that's green, and we've got an S that's red. So pretty much what I'm going to do is I'm going to run inside real quick, and I've got that colorful tape. You know what I mean? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape some around. I'm almost positive I got some tape somewhere. I just don't know where it's at. But I'm going to go get that tape real quick. I'll be right back, folks. Girl ain't you nowhere on the gator, man. This is the tape I was talking about. It took me a while to find it because I had misplaced it. Well, I didn't misplace it. I cleaned the garage and just couldn't figure out where I'd put it. You know what I mean? I'm not sure if I need to pop these lines off or not, but blue and green, which I did tape these up. I remember I had tape and stuff on them because I had run them and whatnot before for when I got this transmission swapped out. So I definitely don't need that much, but I'll fucking slide her in there and do it like that, because I can just cut that stuff off. You know what I mean? Plus this is gonna sit down here, so it's all right. I just figured I'm gonna keep this because I don't know. This is something I may use someday somewhere else. You know what I mean? This guy right here may go in something else that I drive in the future. I don't know. I was talking to a buddy of mine. I think you know him. I've been over his place a couple times. James Pretty. Do you know who that is? He was like, dude, just because you sell Frankenstein don't mean you can't have another Frankenstein. I'm like, yeah, I know, but I mean, this is the Frankenstein truck. You know what I mean? But that can always go into something else because you never know. And like, you know, I'm sure I'll drive another truck someday, but I'm not in the mood to do it right now. You know, honestly, this winter's been freaking crazy because of the weather and the way it is. So yeah, this will just push right up and pull right out, which is fantastic. Oh, if I can get this thing down some more, it'll push up. Let's get you in here though, so you can get some bird's eye view and close up of this stuff. This is basically what you're working with right here. These little lines come up from the shifter or the transmission in different spaces on it, and they come up into here. You've got 4 and then one or three on this side, and then one on the other side, which obviously you can't see. Hold on a second, I'll pull this off so you can see down in here. Basically what you're working with is this right here. If you've never done this. A regular 9-speed only has a handful of these. That's, you know, they don't have, there's an extra one on here they don't have. So that's what it is. But yeah, I just you're just gonna plop this guy right here. I'll take this guy up and shove him up if I can. Try and push him up because you gotta, damn, right in your way. You can't even see that. I'm trying to shove it up. I almost need like a freaking screwdriver or something. Let's see if I can use this and do it. Because I've got to try and plop this thing out. You know what I mean? I got shit falling all over the place. There you go. There, shove that up like that if I can. Come on. And pull it out just like that. So that's what that is, okay? Now I've got to do this umpteen times here. Because when I take this off, I would rather take this off, and I should probably get a different kind of screwdriver so I'm not, this thing's like slipping off and shit. Come on. And I can't even get the freaking thing to plop off. And I'm not necessarily trying to twist these lines and stuff like that with, you know, these all up on here and stuff. God, this thing fucking sucks too. This guy right here, being right here like this. I guess if that's the only one I need to do. They're kind of a pain in the butt because the lines are somewhat long. You see how much line stuck up in there, and that has to bend over and stuff. And, well, not necessarily bend over, but bend down to be able to come out. And there's just not a ton of room here with this shit. So I'm gonna shove that down as far as I can. Okay, got that one. Now all we gotta do is get the rod off. Okay, so those are all off. Now I'm gonna need to go inside because I think this is a 3/4 knot. Let's pull this 5/8 out, maybe 11/16. Probably 11/16 or 3/4. So basically, I need to loosen this up right here. This thing used to slide all over on me, but this is the nut right here that you tighten, so you can get your shifter to go straight wherever you want it. You know what I mean? That basically holds that, because if not, that thing's just going to spin on there. And I necessarily don't have to take Frank's head off, and I'll probably wait until I am, you know, got him somewhere else before I take him off. So let me run in the garage real quick and grab a wrench, and then we'll get back to this section right here. Hopefully this view isn't too bad for you, but this is basically it. Crap on my hand from something, I don't know. I'm back in a New York groove. All right, I'm back. Let's get this thing. Let's see which one loosens up here. All right, just like that. So you just loosen that bad boy up some, and you just plop that off. And it just comes off like that. So then you've got these guys right here. Okay. See that little thing right there in there, that little thing? That's what that line goes over, and then you just crimp that line, it just holds itself on there. So basically just need to take these off, swap them over to the other one. Don't matter which one they go on, because they're pretty much all the same. They've already got some goop on them, but they should be all right if I don't put any on. I don't think they're going to be, you know, like pissing air or anything. I just screw them in until they're tight. Or I do have some blue thread lock. I'll probably go grab real quick. Well, there's still some shit down on there, but I could still throw some of that blue thread lock on there just to try to, you know, goop them up a little bit so there's not that air piss and stuff leaking the shit. Oh, these were okay though when I did them the first time, and since there's so much gunk down there, because I had you remember when I put this stuff on after Frank was in the accident, I finally got him back after those months of waiting for it to come back from the Kenworth dealership, and finally got her back and swapped this stuff out before I started running it again. You know what I mean? But yeah, it blows my mind. These are complete trucks too. Like all the interiors here, it's not missing major pieces or anything like that, or anything that's hard to find, because occasionally I'll see trucks online missing half the interior, dash panels are all tore up and stuff. You know, just shit all over the place, and they seem like they go, you know, and I don't, maybe the price is too high. I don't know. What do you think? I just, you know, I can't give them away. But I mean, everything's negotiable, you know, everything's negotiable. And for some odd reason, if somebody stepped up and bought the blue truck, you know, for a decent amount of the right price, I could probably get by with, not selling Frank and just keeping him, but I doubt it. Okay, that didn't have anything in there, so it should be all right. But, you know, I think that's probably for an 18 speed, that other one. I doubt it. I mean, if I could obviously get rid of the both of them, that's the major plan, because I would like to not have anything with me. Or, you know, I would like to get rid of almost everything that I could. I told my wife, we're talking, I said, I don't want to have anything. When I finally make the move, I want to take nothing with me. I want to basically, I'm not saying I want to start over, but less is more. And I've been talking about that, and I've said that multiple times about different things. And you really start to realize that when, you know, you don't have shit to worry about and stuff like that. And that's the kind of things that, you know, people don't understand. Why are you selling your trucks? Why are you quitting trucking? I have talked about this for almost a complete year now. Since we went to Florida and I came back, I had talked about it before. You know, doing something different, or taking the trucks down there and, you know, running containers down out of Jacksonville and stuff, since they got that CSX down there. But I just, that whole situation isn't bad, but it's just, that stuff gets old. And I'm telling my wife, we're sitting there and I'm like, dude, my body does not hurt anymore. I have nothing that hurts on my body, period, because, you know, since I'm not working and coming outside and doing this stuff with the trucks, my body doesn't hurt. And that's, man, there's nothing better than that. Waking up and not hurting, going to bed not hurting, walking around and not hurting. It's really nice. And I mean, you know, this weather is jacked up, and you'd think that I would have some issues here and there from the weather, but you know, even the moisture in the air and stuff like that, it's not too bad, you know, to where I can't deal with it. But I honestly haven't been outside doing the stuff that I was doing before, you know what I mean? Because I don't have to. I don't have to be outside wrenching on these trucks to try to make a dollar like I was before. And a lot of people don't understand when they ask me, why are you selling your trucks? What all goes into being an owner-operator. Even though I shoot YouTube videos and I post them and you see me doing the work. I mean, for a guy like me, I'm not a mechanic. It's not something that I do all the time. I'm just doing it because I like to do the stuff. It was interesting, you know, and like I said, if I can do something and not pay somebody else to do it, I'm going to do it, because that just makes the most sense to me. Dan, this thing at the angle it's at is really a pain in the ass to get on there, but it's what it is. I may need to go into the garage and grab some, I'm getting that, grab something else to be able to twist it around, but it's going. So yeah, it's just, I don't get people, man. I don't understand them at all, but it's what it is, you know. And like, yeah, I don't know why people insist on being so nosy about stuff. Like, for the last year, I've done nothing but talk about selling my trucks stopping trucking, why the reasons why I would stop trucking and things like that. But it's like, and I understand that not everybody that asks these questions and wants to know these answers watches every single one of my YouTube videos, and that's completely fine. But you know, I'll give you a vague answer if you ask me a question about some shit, because that's the kind of guy I am when it comes to that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? But yeah, I would like to sell my shit and move down south. That's my goal. That's my goal. That's my goal. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to sell my shit and I'm going to move down south because I would rather be somewhere where it's warm. And even though it's going to be extremely probably hot in the summertime, that's fine. If I do end up driving again, which is probably a good possibility, I will have a truck that has AC, that is set up for a little bit more comfortable for my wife to be able to climb in and out, no problem. And I'm just taking these needle nose right here and twisting this on the rest of the way because I couldn't get it as tight as I wanted to with that okay, with that wrench, but I think that's probably good enough right now. And I'd be able to get that wrench in there if I needed to crank it around. Anyways, this is like a 5-minute job, but it's turning into a little bit longer because I'm bumping my gums and talking to you know, about everything that's weird. And let's get into this really quick, which I'll probably touch base on this again sometime, because something people don't understand is that after 2020, the whole COVID bullshit, that really messed a lot of things up for truck drivers. And, you know, people are probably like, non-truck drivers think truck drivers are lazy and don't do shit but sit there and hold a steering wheel. Not even the case, or close at all. There's so much that goes into trucking people don't understand. You know what happened when the whole COVID BS started and people started freaking out about stuff, and they started letting different companies dictate what they can tell people to do and stuff like that? Man, there's nothing that pisses me off more than someone that I don't know trying to tell me that I got to do something, wear a mask, or I can't use the public restroom anymore to wash my hands because it's unsafe. That is probably the dumbest fucking thing I had ever heard in my lifetime. You can't use the public restroom because it's unsafe for you to wash your hands, or there's going to be germs. But hold on, wait, there's more. You got these places that take away bathroom privileges from truck drivers, and I'll use Campbell's Soup as an example because they're a really good one. That's nice. Just be able, wham, 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 jam that. Usually I shift right here. I'm just be able, wham, 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 jam that like that. Taking away your public restrooms because they think it's dangerous. Campbell's Soup, there used to be a bathroom that you could use, and that's tight. Okay, that's tight. They took the bathroom away, okay? I'm just shoving these back up in here now is basically all I'm doing, because that's all you really got to do. They took the public bathrooms away, and they put out, I don't know, 15 different porta-johns that get cleaned out about maybe once a month, if they're lucky. You know, because they got to rent those, they got to pay for all that stuff, instead of just having one bathroom that they used to have that people could actually use and be able to wash your hands after they make a major transaction. You know, that kind of stuff just irritated the fuck out of me. It's like, why can't I come in here? Yeah, there's that other tape right there. Let's get your eyes down here. There's that other tape I had on these, so you know, I did have other tape. It's just this thing was shoved down, so you couldn't really tell. I'll shove it back up once I get it all done. You know what I mean? Sorry, that angle there. Looking somewhere else. This boot. Pull this rubber boot back up some. If I can. if I can. Come on. Okay, there we go. Get up there. There you go. Here, let's see if we get that red one to shove up some more now. Nope, probably not. Okay, we'll just leave it be. Anywho, that rubber boot up there. They take the public bathrooms away. They tell you you can't go in there and use them and wash your hands. So then you're stuck using a porta-john that's been used for, you know, about everything that you can think of. And it's just gross, dude. The stuff was just, it's just gross that you would even, you know, consider and say that you can't use a bathroom because, but here's a porta-john. And that was the only reason. That's the only reasoning why you are not allowed to use it, because of those BS rules. And they still haven't taken those porta-johns down and opened that bathroom back up. You remember when they closed all the restaurants down? And dudes couldn't get food, okay? It's unsafe for people to go to work and cook food for guys that are out there working, driving the food around, can't even get a bite to eat. I remember I went to a Steak and Shake in Findlay. The place was locked up. I called, I said, hey, if I order some food, can you bring it out the door to me? I'm standing right outside the door. She says, no, sir, the drive-thru is the only thing you can use. I'm like, I'm in a semi, I can't fit through the drive-thru. Well, there's nothing we can do for you. Whatever. Man, that shit is so irritating. The way truck drivers get treated these days, and everybody's like, well, you won't do anything anyways. Come on. You know what a truck driver has to deal with? The traffic, people cutting them off, people flipping them off, people doing stupid shit all the time. It's just, oh, God. This is an easy life. I got an easy life, folks. I'll tell you that much right now. It's a nice, easy life, so. Oh, that's changed. We'll fire it up, and we'll let it air up, and we'll do some moves, make sure nothing's leaking and stuff, you know, real quick. So, but that's off, so that's cool. Take that in the garage and swap it out. But I guess I was always the kind of truck driver that, you know, I never ate out, always packed a lunch, always had water bottles with me, never had to spend money at the truck stop, you know, buying stuff that was expensive. Occasionally I'd go in and get like a sandwich or something, you know. I'm just sitting in the driveway, so I'm going to do this. But guys that are over the road don't have those same kind of options. I mean, you can slide into a Walmart. If you can PC, personal conveyance, and slide into a Walmart and go get you some supplies and stuff like that, so you don't have to waste all your money at the truck stop, that's what I would recommend. And that's what I always tried to do, because I didn't like spending my money like that on that kind of shit. So whatever. Well, there's a ramble. But yeah, and the pay's not as good as what it used to be. Rates suck. There's just a lot of things that, you know what I mean, are not what they used to be. They're not what they used to be. So anybody who's wondering why Chad isn't trucking or anything like that, it's just I'm tired of that kind of stuff and dealing with that kind of shit, and just, you know, I'm ready to move on to the next thing. So when you call up or you message me and you say, why are you done trucking? That's probably about the answer I'm going to give you. It's just not the same, folks. Unfortunately, it'll never probably be the same. Things are only going to get worse from here. I mean, maybe in a few years, but right now, nothing. So I figure I'll sell these. I'll just go drive somebody else's shit if I want to get back in a truck, you know what I mean? I'll just go drive somebody else's shit. I know some dudes that got some shit I could probably drive, so who knows? If not, I don't know. Maybe I'll go get a job working at Walmart or something. Let's fire this up. Yep. Here you go. Belt squeaking, it'll chill out though in a minute. So once I get some air in here, I'll be back, and we'll check this thing out. We'll flip the knob and stuff like that. Well, this thing's just douched air out three times now. from me running it. So let's hook you up back here, like for old time's sakes. And that rattling to stop. May have to adjust the old. I'm gonna set you right here for now. Go. Yeah, let's put you right here like this for old time's sakes, like I said before. And let's go down the road real fast. The truck hasn't been down the road for a while, so see if it still runs. See if it'll still work. You know what I mean? Get the seat up a little bit. And run down the road. Oh no, I got a brake that's stuck. There we go, just broke her loose. Shocking that stuck like that, because, you know, it's not cold or anything, and it was weird because after it had snowed and stuff like that, it was super frozen, the truck slid went no problems whatsoever, so. That's freaking awesome. Yeah, I just want to make sure this will flip all the gears and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Huh. I get a lot of comments. People miss the driving stuff, so here you go. Here's your POV. Shifts so smooth. Oh my God, I love this. Somebody will be happy with the way this truck drives in shifts and stuff like that, because that's one thing that is really nice about this truck. Let's go into top range and see if we can throw her to 13 here. Down a little bit. We'll wait until after this bump. Something just fell. Not sure what. Not sure. Now to do the usual turnaround here. Just rides right into gear, no problem. I forgot what it was like to be able to control it from the top. It's nice. I couldn't do that with that Frankenstein head because he kind of moved around and was never, the bolt hole was way too big for that one, and it just never, you know, it would never be solid enough for me to be able to use that, or else I've been shifting up here like this. these trucks too. If somebody buys them and says, hey, I live here, blah, 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 I'll drive one down, park that shit in your driveway, grab a rental car, drive back to my house, grab the other truck and bring it back over. Or if you come over and say, hey, I'm only me, blah, 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 blah. Like I told Sven, I said, look, dude, if you bought these trucks, I will drive one to your house with you and we can convoy back, you know? That way you're not stuck trying to move 2 trucks or anything like that. He said it would provide the Miller Lite, so I said, that's what's up. I'll just thumb my way back or get a rental. I think thumbing would be cool. It's kind of dangerous to do that shit right now. I'd carry a pretty big knife, or at least I'd take my gun with me, or I'd just, you know, rent a car and drive back home and then park, you know, take it over to Defiance, drop it off, and that'd be it. But yeah, everything seems to be good here with this shifter, so I guess we don't have to, something we don't need to worry about. So that's what's up. That's taken care of, so that's good. Yeah, that thing just moved right into gear. Smooth operator. Smooth operator. Told the wife we were coming home from run down the dam yesterday. I said it'd be weird when the trucks are gone. She says, yeah. Will, but it's alright. Feel like a normal place again. You know what I mean? We're in high gear in reverse, folks. Flubbed that one, didn't I? But boy, she took off. I wonder what was so easy about that and why it just went into gear and then kind of sputtered. Boy. Sorry, it wasn't much. It was just run down the road real quick, but it's better than nothing, I guess. Let's make sure that's all good, and we good. Like the old speedometer worked too the whole time, wouldn't you know? The odometer. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? Turn it off because we don't need it on no more. Well, let's fire this truck up too and run it. You know, you need to see if these bags will fill back up for this since they went down after I, you know, Woo! Nope. Nope, she's stuck wide open, folks. There you go. Boom! You know, that throttle linkage is getting stuck. That's what that was. Jumped down real quick, took care of it. Yeah, we got a buzz going. I'll bring you back when the buzz is gone, when the air buzzer's gone. Well, I'm back, and the bags are full, so that's good. I was going to stick this thing somewhere right here, but I can't. I don't have this. There's this cushion on here, not like the other truck has this cushion. Don't have the cushion here, so I can't, you know what I mean? I could stick this right there on that, and then that's where you go. I don't want to stick you right there because then you'd be right on me, and I'm not sure I could even get that SOB anywhere at an angle where you'd even want to see it from going. So I guess I'll just plop you up on I'll plop you up on this thing, and we'll go like that. bunch of smoke. There's enough here to go down the road. So let's go down the road. Oh, let me go get my shades and I'll hook you up on that so you're shooting and you can actually see the road a little bit. I'll figure something out, I don't know. All right, folks, you're currently on a box. So you're hooked to a box behind the seat here in the bunk. There's no bed, so if you go all over the place, you're just gonna go all over the place. There goes the air, it just kicked over. So let's take her down the road. Wish I'd have cleaned these windows up some, but I didn't. Oh well, they're not too bad, I don't think. Somebody asked an educated question the other day. I don't know if you can see the dash or not down here. So what's the blue knob for? It says pull tractor, hold to apply tractor, parking. Push to release. So it's basically tractor, just like the yellow one. I just told him you got to push it to be able to move the truck. If you don't push, you can't move the truck forward or back. But those bags were up. I told you that. So let's see if we can get this thing down the road here. Yeah, right in gear. Yep. Let's put you back up here. I don't know how wobbly this is going to be. Okay, like I said, you are on a box. You're on like barely anything of a box. So see what happens. I'm granny dogging this shit too, these gears. Woo! Yep. Well, it looks like we got a car coming. We'll sit here. We'll sit here. We got a car coming, so we'll just sit here. And we'll let them go by. Keep them in third. Start off from there. Woo! Hopping and jumping, skipping and loving. We're next to none, cause hot as an oven. Here it comes. Boom. Crazy that the old CB would pick up all the way over there from whatever's running down on 24. That's 2 miles. That's pretty good range. Yeah, speed. here shaking the dust off, folks. Keeping that oil moving, you know what I mean? Still got that winter front on, but it'll be fine. I might just take her down the road. That thing will probably stay on until somebody else takes it off, you know what I mean? I love when people come on, oh no, personal hotspot canceled. Sorry, my phone jacked up on me. Said nearby personal hotspot I could switch over to. My other phone, obviously. People are like, you can't run that throttle as a cruise control. Dude, what do you think they did back in the day? Yeah, I understand it's dangerous, but I'm paying attention constantly when I was doing that stuff, and whatever. I just love how people are. I just love it. Yeah, this thing runs great. Fires right up. I would probably, I've tried to adjust this clutch, and I don't know what the deal is going on with it. I probably could back it off a little bit, but I would probably throw a new clutch in this thing if I was ever going to work it again. I can tell you that much right now. That's just something I would do because it does slip. It has a tendency to slip when you're super loaded, or you're trying to take off in a higher gear. You're trying to give it, you know, fuel from a higher gear and stuff like that. And those things are only like $1,000. So, and I wish I was down south or something. I'd take it over my buddy's house and we'd swap it out in his driveway. I'm just not going to do it here because I don't have a spot for to drop that transmission down or anything like that. So it's just one of them situations, but I don't know. It was a good time. It's a good little ride there. Nice little ride. Still runs fine. You know what I mean? Here, get her in reverse. Find her. Can't find her. Grind her. Didn't grind nothing, but I couldn't find her either, so. I don't even know if we're even gonna get that much snow, so I'm just gonna pull this bitch up just about right here. Should be fine, and here's where it gets set until somebody comes and gets it or something, because I'm done doing shit to this truck. You know what I mean? You don't need nothing from me. Just need somebody else to take her home and give her some TLC, if you know what I mean. That's the situation right there. Not the best, but it worked. Well, that's it for today, folks. Oh, got them moved. Both back to each other. And I was out. I had to move the Cushman. Okay, it's in the garage. I'm not going to go back in there because I got shutting the door because I'm going inside. I'm done now. Obviously, you can see it's overcast. The temperature's dropped. It's supposed to snow tomorrow. So I did get the Cushman out, though. And I run it around the house, and I come back down the road, and I'm like, man, those trucks look good from down there. Those things look good from down the road. Now, that's the only shit I left on here. That's it right there. That's the only shit. Why not? Somebody else can take that off. Run her down the road. Run it down the road. run her down the road, run it down the road. Yeah, that's it. I'm going inside. I'm done. I thought I drained this. Apparently I did. Must be the other one. Woo! That's it. So hopefully you enjoyed. Like, share, subscribe. I don't really care, to be honest with you. I started this YouTube channel because I got into an accident with Frank. Jackass ran a stop sign and I smoked his bitch ass because he wasn't fucking paying attention. An airplane up there somewhere. It ain't James Pretty. Anywho, truck was down. People were bugging me about it, so I started a YouTube channel. I thought, man, when I sell these, I should just stop doing YouTube. But then I got a bunch of people that want me to keep making videos, so I'm gonna keep making videos. They just might come once a week or something. I don't know. Whenever I feel like it, I'll make a video. We'll see what's going on. But yeah, if you want those trucks or want a truck, want to buy one of those trucks or both those trucks, get a hold of me. Facebook, YouTube, don't matter. Email chadkeegan@live.com. Till next time, you know what we say? We will see ya. Man, what's going on today, folks? Just another hump day. And it's crazy, the weather up here. Look at that.